You're watching NewsX. My name is Vineet Malhotra. In a rousing valedictory address to a party cadre and leaders on the concluding day of the BJP's National Convention at Delhi's Bharat Mandapam, Prime Minister Modi said over the next 100 days, every single member has to make it his or her mission to gain the trust and support of voters ahead of the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. He stated further that now was the time to realize the dream and vision of a Viksit Bharat. Over the next 100 days, each and every one of us has to go out and reach out to every new voter, every beneficiary and every community. Invoking Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge's Ab Ki Baar 400 Par gaffe in Parliament during the recent budget session, Prime Minister Modi took a dig at the opposition, saying, "Today even some leaders in the opposition are chanting NDA Sarkar 400 Par." However, to take the NDA past 400 in the Lok Sabha elections, the BJP has to cross 370 seats or more in the upper house. Before we jump into this discussion, let's quickly listen in to what the Prime Minister had said.
और जब मैं भारत को तीसरी आर्थिक ताकत बनाने की बात करता हूं, तो उसका मतलब भी बहुत गहरा है। इसका मतलब है भारत के आर्थिक, सामरिक और सांस्कृतिक सामर्थ्य का कई गुना विस्तार, चहुं दिशा में विस्तार। साथियों, हम इसके लिए कितनी तेजी से काम कर रहे हैं, इसका हिसाब लगाना भी जरूरी है। हम सबको जुट जाना है, हर नए वोटर तक पहुंचना है, हर लाभार्थी तक पहुंचना है, हर वर्ग, हर समाज, हर पंथ, परंपरा, सब लोगों के पास पहुंचना है। हमें सबका विश्वास हासिल करना है।
Gautam Seth, Congress spokesperson, joins us on the program. Vinita Hariharan, BJP spokesperson, also with us on the program. Mr. GVR Shastri, political analyst, joins us on the program as well. Last but not the least, Chirag Sethi, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, also with us on the program. Gautam, I'll begin with you. Well, you know, the BJP quite confident that they're going to come back to power for a record third time. The Prime Minister, in fact, is not even invoking the idea that there is any kind of a problem or any kind of a challenge to, you know, the Bharatiya Janata Party going across 400, and also went on to, in fact, retort by saying that the opposition perhaps also believes that this time the victory for the Bharatiya Janata Party is going to be stupendous. How do you respond to this confidence?
You know, I did not see any kind of confidence when the Prime Minister of India spoke. I rather saw a fear psychosis of the real man who was masquerading as a developmental model and, you know, the well-wisher for the economic development of this nation. That real face is now out in front of the people of India. How is it out? It's out because of the highest unemployment rate ever. It's out because of the highest inflation ever. It's out because our farmers today, rather than getting the Modi ki guarantee, which he loudly screams about all the time, are getting aansu gas ke gole at the borders of Punjab and Haryana. It is the fear that the people of India are now going to dethrone this man who led 10 saal anyay kaal in this nation. This man in whose premiership, prime ministership, rapists were garlanded on their release. Olympians were discarded. You know, people like Brij Bhushan Singh were protected. Dals touching the highest price ever. Milk at 60 rupees a litre. The international price of crude oil falling down. But petrol prices in this country going at their highest tally ever. So this country has seen that religious polarization, that political rhetoric will not work anymore. And now the people will vote on issues like education, issues like women's safety, issues like the economic equilibrium which needs to be brought back from the crony capitalism that has been put in place in the last 10 years by the government at center. So I do not see a confident leader at all. I see a leader in fear of losing power.
Vinita Hariharan, how do you respond to these allegations, or rather these observations, if we can call them that Mr. Gautam Seth has made?
These are just, I wouldn't even, classify it as allegations because they mean nothing to us today because we know what we are and we know how the nation has actually validated us time and again over the last 10 years and how not only our nation but also global multilateral agencies have certified us time and again on our outreach efforts on the ground. And if people were to vote on issues, we welcome them to vote only on issues and issues alone on developmental paradigm because we know how well we've performed because the overall indicators there for us to see that how we have transformed from the fragile five to the top five economy is going to be the third largest and the fastest growing, already the fastest growing economy. And all of that, it's not just hearsay, it is actual truth. The ground truth is there for us to, for people to validate because we go on outreach. We just don't sit in the, how the UPA run its government sitting in the offices in Delhi. It is not like that. It is in the states which we see the performance of the programs in the states. We go from house to house when we see how every house is benefited at least by 3 schemes of the Modi government and how they've actually gone from poverty to prosperity. And the kind of numbers that he was talking about, the Congress spokesperson, it's absolutely, it's very well known. It's a false narrative. We know how inflation has been controlled. We know how the growth rate is going forward, and we know how the country is performing in terms of all the indicators, be it the in the women's development front, be it the maternal mortality rates, be it the infant mortality rates. All of them have come down. We see how the sex ratio itself, developed from below 1,000 is 1,020,000 today in terms of women's development, and then in terms of all the basic facilities, in terms of everything else, economic prosperity, the labor force participation rate has increased tremendously, especially the women labor force participation, and also talking about has actually come down. It has come down drastically. 6.2% to 3.2% is the ratio that are there for us to, for everybody to see. So this false narrative, for Congress.
Vinita Hariharan, you're absolutely right. This is the report card, but what about the comment that Gautam made about the opposition, driving some sort of a fear in the Bharatiya Janata Party ahead of the Lok Sabha elections? Is that something which is a cause of worry?
Absolutely not. I mean, where is the opposition, first of all, for us to be fearful about? There is no opposition today. There's no opposition worth its name today in the parliament. The India Alliance, so-called India Alliance, was a started from day one. There were disgruntled forces that have already torn apart the India Alliance. Aam Aadmi's party is going its way. Mamata Banerjee is going her own way. We've already seen Omar Abdullah speaking about the India Alliance, not highly about the India Alliance. We've seen the SP going its way. So what are they talking about? What is this Gathbandhan that they're talking about? Where is the opposition for us to even acknowledge their presence? There is no opposition today in India. Very unfortunately, I wish we had a formidable opposition. I wish we had a alternative voice in the parliament to correct us if we are going wrong anywhere. We welcome opposition, but we don't have opposition. Let them grow to a formidable force.
Let's take a response to that from Chirag Sethi. Chirag, there is no opposition in the country for the Bharatiya Janata Party to be worried about. You are part of the opposition.
Hi, Vineet. Vineet, I don't think that there is no opposition. If there was no opposition, then why Operation Lotus is happening again and again? If there is no opposition, then why somebody who was responsible for the Adarsh scan was taken to the Bharatiya Janata Party and was sent to the Rajya Sabha? Why was all of this was happening? This is all happening because they know on the ground there is nothing happening. It is just those Chunavi Jumlas again that we will cross 400. You tell me they are at a tally of around 325, 326 after the separation of Shiv Sena and Akali Dal, and you let me know that they are saying we'll go to 400. So that means you're saying you will take out 70 seats and the alliance partners will not increase their tally. So that means there is no alliance. They're just saying yes ma'am or yes sir to the alliance that is there. So at the end of the day, BJP is not doing anything. She was talking about the top 5 economies. Tell me, what is the per capita, GDP per capita? We are below Brazil. It is $2.85. That is the per capita in India. Tell me if it's not true. See, you are just saying things as per your comfort that we are doing this, we are doing that. Tell me where are the jobs. Yesterday in Uttar Pradesh, 50 lakh people applied for 60,000 constable jobs or some UP police jobs. That is the condition of this country. 50 lakh people have been stranded on the railway station. Thousands of people. There is no train. There is a law and order situation, and they are living in a dreamland of 400. That we'll get 400 seats for what? Increasing the unemployment, increasing the price rise, getting our youth out of the jobs. This is what you have done in the last 10 years. And now you want to break parties, tell them, okay, we'll give you Rajya Sabha, come here. The people who were saying, अब बहुत हुआ भ्रष्टाचार अब की बार मोदी सरकार, where is the भ्रष्टाचारीज? Everyone is in your party. You used to say एक भी भ्रष्टाचारी नहीं बचेगा. Why everyone is in your party? Whether it's Chhagan Bhujbal, whom your party only used to say that he needs to be in jail for 1.5 years because of the ED case. Now ED comes back and says, we lost the file. Can you imagine? They said, we lost the file. Either the Prime Minister is lying on the face, or either the ED or the CBI is lying. I don't know. The spokesperson can tell me. The Prime Minister used to say Adarsh scam. The Prime Minister used to say 71,000 crore scam. The Prime Minister used to talk about Chhagan Bhujbal. All of them now have been washed by the Bharatiya Janata Party. If it's not fear, then tell me what is it? They should not have taken those people, where the Prime Minister on record has said all these things. If they're not fearful, these people would have stayed where they were. They are into the party only because they know they are losing the battle. They know 2024 is not for them. They know that people know the truth at the ground level. They have gone to the ground level. They have done their surveys. They know they're not getting to the majority mark. India Alliance or the parties that are there, they are talking about seat sharing. Where is the alliance meeting in India? There is no alliance meeting because they have said we want to go 370. Where are the other partners? They are staying at 25. Do you think that will happen? That will ever happen? So this is just one-sided story. This is just the jumlas that they have always said, 15 lakhs, 2 crore jobs, dollar. Everything that they have said in the past is coming true now, that they have not done anything.
A response from Mr. GVR Shastri as well. Mr. Shastri, similar setbacks and challenges were also stacked against the Bharatiya Janata Party in 2019. And yet, they came back with a popular mandate. Do you think it's going to be any different in 2024?
See, Vinit, certainly the country now needs a strong leadership, and I agree with certain issues. Economical issues are very much clear as far as the Prime Minister Modi is concerned. He is running the story nicely. There is no doubt about it. If you are, as an economist, I can tell you that if you look at the situation across the globe, 206 countries, the common man purchasing power down by about 20%. But as far as India is concerned, it is only 16%. That shows that exemplary effort. It's not, you can't compare a per capita between Brazil and India. It's not that. Brazil population per capita, Indian population per capita, you compare, you will come to know. Averages are aggregate of facts. It is not that. Economy doesn't work like that. See, the problem with this is, I feel as a Prime Minister Modi, because he's not a Congress Prime Minister, he's a Bharatiya Janata Party Prime Minister, showing that because the Congress Party has followed the mixed economy conditions, they do realize that mixed economy, there is no economy called mixed economy exists anywhere in the globe. So the Prime Minister Modi is changing the dynamics, and the dynamics are changed taking place. It is taking place in a nice direction. There is no ambiguity on it, and I think Modi direction is good, and we are at least saved. You see, today the petrol price is 100 rupees, means I feel comfortable, because why? It should be 135, 140 rupees in India as per the terms and conditions across the global scenario. It means we are not reaching that mark. That 40 rupees gap is there. Still we are sustaining. This is a sustaining strategy we are implementing as far as the India is concerned. So it is not exhibiting. End of the day, you have to show your strength. The show of strength is a leadership. Show of strength is a leadership. If you don't show that courage, that you don't show that strong, bold decision and everything, that no country can recognize you. I teach almost like 60 to 70 countries, universities across the globe. I know the difference. I know the absolute difference as far as the economical terms and human resource evaluation, natural resource evaluation. Everything it's going to change. Congress people can say, but they don't have any idea what is exactly. They don't know what is left is doing and right is doing and center is talking. So they hardly have an idea. If you look at the P. Chidambaram or anybody, they all are different thoughts and different thought process. Even I'm not saying that, at least something, because right now the kind of situation is arising, the kind of scenario, global scenario. No, 1 minute. This, because it's not Prime Minister Modi we are supporting. He is addressing the things. He's having courage to address things. That is what a nation needs. Because in another 5 years, you see, there are so many commitments. India is having so many commitments. If you look at the 24, 25, 25, 26, 27, 27, these all financial commitments are very high. And out of 1 rupee, 20 paisa, we are paying as an interest. That is the kind. It is not that Modi has done anything on that. It is a 75 years of rule. There's the debts are there, more than 200 lakhs crores. 247 lakhs crores they collected, Congress collected from my father's forefathers. What is the responsibility of that 247 lakh crores? Will they give any answer to that? Will the Congress answer?
Let's get an answer from Gautam. Gautam, you know what Mr. Shastri is saying, that obviously the Congress party needs to also look at its own house with speculations rife. There are a number of senior party leaders from the Congress party are looking to join the Bharatiya Janata Party fold as well. Names ranging from Mr. Gehlot to Manish Tiwari to Sachin Pilot, all looking the other way now because they're sick and tired of what the Congress has to offer, what it doesn't have to.
You know, what's very wrong also is that you people tend to spread rumors which actually do not exist on ground. Mr. Manish Tiwari has himself clarified that all these nonsense which is going on about him is absolutely untrue. He stands as a soldier of the Indian National Congress. Mr. Sachin Pilot, in his interviews, in his media addresses, has clearly said that he'll continue to fight for the ideology of the Indian National Congress. But this whole Operation Lotus of also trying to import leaders from the other party by pressurizing them through the Enforcement Directorate, through the CBI, by breaking elected governments, by breaking an alliance which became
Let me also tell you, Gautam, that in the past, whenever people from the Congress party have moved to the Bharatiya Janata Party, it always started out with a rumor only. Go ahead.
No, I'm so sorry, but this fact also shows that the Prime Minister and the Bharatiya Janata Party is in absolute fear. They are using the ED, the CBI, all the constitutional authorities to break this India alliance, to disintegrate the Congress leaders from the party fold, and to get them all towards themselves through pressure tactics. But what he forgets is that the Indian National Congress comes from the lineage of Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru. Mr. Nehru, whom he fondly remembers in all his speeches. Whenever you would hear the Prime Minister speak even today, Mr. Nehru will find a mention in his speech because he does not have the merit or the report card of the last 10 years. Instead, a white paper on the previous 10 years of the UPA government. I haven't seen a Prime Minister in such a miserable state ever before this, that he uses Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed, all the constitutional power that he has and misuses them to completely tear off the alliance against him, to completely tear off the main opposition party, but then forgets that this is the lineage of Gandhi and Nehru. We fought the Britishers. We are going to fight the masqueraders like Narendra Modi and Amit Shah out of power soon. And 2024 will see establishment of the Ram Rajya in real sense. Ram Rajya of social economic
I want
equality.
Vinita Hariharan to respond to what Gautam just said, and pointed responses. Let's not go over report cards. Let's in fact respond to what he has said head on. Vinita Hariharan.
There is nothing to respond. So when he talks about Prime Minister talking about
Vinita, you're muted right now. Vinita Hariharan.
1 second. Can you hear me?
All right, there's something wrong with the audio, Vinita Hariharan. Let me come back to you. Let me quickly, in fact, rope in Chirag Sethi as well. Chirag, do you concur with what Gautam has said, that this is fear and fear alone, which perhaps is resulting in these kind of pompous statements? Or do you think that the Bharatiya Janata Party is quite confident that they have the popular mandate, but they still have to be circumspect?
Vineet, they are working on something called the ECM, which is election management. So E stands for ED, C stands for CBI, and M stands for money. So wherever they can't go with ED and CBI, they start offering money to the legislatures to start breaking them, basically. If they're so confident, then why they are importing people from the other parties? People who they thought were corrupt, I think the Professor Saab forget that these were the same people that the Pradhan Mantri was asking that they are corrupt and they have done this and they have done that. Now there is no ED or the CBI activity happening. If there is so much growth that has happened and India has become the Vishwa Guru and India has done all of that, so where are those 18 crore jobs that he has promised? Where is the economy going? What is happening across the globe? You can see we are losing jobs. We are losing the battle to other countries. We are not growing at this pace. I just gave you the example of the UP exam that is happening. 50 lakh people for 60,000 jobs. Can you imagine? There is a scenario of riot there. Is it the double engine sarkar where in the UP also they're there, in the national capital also, in the national scenario they're also there. So what is happening? Yesterday he was in Haryana. He said, "You have given us 10 years and nothing has been done in 10 years. We need some more time for development. We need some more time for railway line." You have been there in Haryana for 10 years. You have been there in the national seat for 10 years. What were you doing for 10 years? If you couldn't make a railway line, if you couldn't do any growth in Haryana, with what promises are you coming? Do saying that there is no growth happened in the Haryana? Then why are you fighting the election in Haryana now? You have been given 10 years. You have been given 10 years in the center. You have been given 10 years in the state. See, Modi Bhakti is one thing. But at the end of the day, the nation wants to know at this point of time what is happening to us. What will happen to my son who is doing a degree? He'll not get a job. You see the IT sector cuts that are happening worldwide. What has been done on that part? Nothing. In India, what is the job sector looking like? Nothing. Everything is a jumla here. Everything. Starting from that 15 lakh ka jumla till today, everything is just a jumla, including this 400 what Modi ji mentioned today.
Hariharan, Vinita ji, I hope your audio
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
So,
go on.
yeah. So I just can't understand how the spokespersons can talk, such lies with such confidence. In any case, but since you wanted me to give a pointer, I have to give a pointed reference with statistics because they are, saying that our statistics are wrong. Our statistics, which mean the national statistics, the international statistics. So when you talk about jobs, he's talking about jobs, people waiting for clerical jobs. So unfortunately, it is the Congress which has, brought us to this kind of an enslaved mentality. Common man is enslaved to 9 to 5 clerical LDC, UDC kind of jobs. It is the Congress which has got us into this kind of the UPA government, which has got us into this kind of a psyche. And look at our economy. It's the new age economy. We've gone to the, those 5 year plans, those long drawn unending 5 year plans. We've gone to a new kind of economy, the barbell strategy, where we're looking at every commodities, exchange and every commodities market price when we determine our economy. And we're also looking at people becoming entrepreneurs, people becoming job givers rather than job seekers. Congress has left us in this kind of trap, where we are eternal job seekers in some 9 to 5 government job. That's not what we want our country to be. We want a country to be proud people, proud owners of enterprises, of firms. We have about 1 lakh startups today. We have 111 unicorns. We never dreamt of having this earlier. And globally, we are a might to reckon with. It's already been acknowledged by the independent expert, the academician the global academician that you had in our panel, Mr. Shastri. So, so there's, what else do you want me to refute? So, and also about, people, the Prime Minister taking Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's name, it is his graciousness that he quotes our founding fathers of our nation, so to speak, because, and if you don't want to take that in the true spirit, then what do you want to take, what do you want to take in true spirits? And if you look at the white paper is our report card. It's not your report card. For heaven's sake, it's not a report card of the UPA. It is a report card of the 10 years of governance that we had and how it compared with the last 10 years of governance under the UPA, and we have spoken in clear terms, no unclear terms about the achievements of our government over the last decades. The white paper is essentially about our achievements and how we've progressed from 2014 as a nation, as a formidable force to reckon with. So, and all the statistics as he's reeled out about jobs and all of that jumla, that's the only thing that they can talk about. They have no...
Out of time. I'm going to quickly take a last comment from Mr. Shastri. He's been sitting patiently. Mr. Shastri, 30 seconds.
No, I must say this, the kind of comments that they are passing, it is not the constructive way of opposing things. You need to narrate things. in 2014 to 2025, it is a Modi rule. A Modi rule, what is the percentage of literacy has increased? What is the percentage of, how many police constables needed in every state has increased? You look at that way. It's not that you have not completed the governance as far as 70 years of the governance. You haven't completed anything. Anything means anything. The development and upliftment, the whole mantra of the constitution, it has been forgotten. It is absolutely forgotten because you can say anything today. The story, end of the day, you need to realize one fact, because yes, you are a Congress party, it is respected. People have to respect, people have to realize that you are worth and value to at least choose them. They are not able to choose it because that is what they don't want. There should be a power of speech and communication from your leadership towards the people of the nation, and people of confidence is not there. And you are not, the Modi can reach, yes, he can reach the person. He can reach to the people. That's what, see, end of the day, you can't equate things in such a manner. There you are not able to even define it. Because when you are there, helm of affairs, when you are doing
absolutely, you're absolutely right, Mr. Shastri. Unfortunately, we have run out of time. Thanking all our guests for being a part of this interesting conversation.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.